Before we begin, I'd like to discuss my thoughts on the recent passing of Hulk Hogan. I don't think it can be stated enough how much of an influence this man left from pro wrestling. His influence began for me in 1993 on one of the very first episodes of Raw that had him on it. I don't remember which one it was. It was the episode where Hogan had just returned and was feuding with Ted DiBiase and IRS at the time, and needed a tag team partner to go after their goal. Because Brutus Beefcake had supposedly broken his nose in a parasailing accident. When it really turns out that, well, that actually was true, but that's another story for another time. Hulk Hogan, his influence on wrestling really started overall in 1985, or maybe 1983 even, when he body slammed Warrior at WrestleMania 3 on the way to a world. Excuse me, no, it wasn't Warrior he power slammed. It was Andre the Giant. We'll get to Warrior in just a bit. He slammed Andre the Giant, and they slam hard around the world in the Pontiac Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan. Now, my date might not be right, but I have the place right. I have the two people right. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's 83 or 81. I've seen this clip over and over. I've seen the pay-per-view over and over. Fast forward then to the next big Hogan match that I actually saw. This one on VHS a few years after, many years after it ran. I had a local video store called Movie Magic that was clearing out their videotapes. I found WrestleMania 6 on tape for a 2-tape set for, what was it, $5-6, but anyway. This was my first exposure to Hogan versus Warrior. I didn't know the storyline of it at the time because, well, I had never seen the full feud. It was Hogan's World Championship against Warrior's Intercontinental Championship. And Warrior would win this match, go on to win his first world title at WrestleMania 6. But this would also set in motion, a few years later, Hogan's last WWE match at WrestleMania 9, which is often held as the worst WrestleMania ever, and honestly, I agree with that. And again, another story for another time here, but it was Hogan versus Hart, or was supposed to be. Bret Hart had won a tournament. Actually, what had happened was Bret Hart and Lex Luger had both won the Royal Rumble. One of 2 times the Rumble had said 2 winners, and it's had to go to another match to actually determine it. So at the opening to WrestleMania 9, if I remember this correctly, it would be Bret versus Luger. And the winner, which ended up being Bret Hart, will go to face the winner of Hulk and Yokozuna, which wound up being Hogan. Hogan refused to put Bret over. And instead of Yokozuna walking out champion, let me rephrase it, let me back up. Yokozuna beat Hogan for the championship that night. But Hogan won it back in just a few seconds and refused to do the job for Bret Hart. Basically, he refused to lose to Bret Hart, one of the greats of all time. I don't care what anyone says. And that caused the title to shift back to Yokozuna because Hogan was on the way out. It's a whole mess. So let's get into his WCW run now. 1996, Bash at the Beach. Macho Man Randy Savage. Scott Hall, Macho joined later. Hall and Nash needed a third man for a 6-man tag. Macho Man was ironically on the other side. Hall and Nash needed a third guy, and who ended up coming in? It's Hulk Hogan. And the New World Order, the original black and white version, is launched. We're not going to cover the red and black because Hogan was a part of that. We might do that in a later video, who knows. But anyway, Hogan's run at WCW started out really good, but then kind of tapered off because, well, the product and company were also kind of nosediving. And again, another story for another time. Fast forward to 2002 and his first return to WWE. The NWO returns, but this is like the most lackluster version of the NWO. You had Hogan, Hall, and Nash, and Xbox, or Six as he was called at that point. Instead of the name because Six member of the original NWO. But they would add Booker T, they would add Shawn Michaels, they would add The Big Show, none of which made any sense. Mainly because Shawn Michaels was known as one of the big members of the rival company WWF's biggest stable, Degeneration X, at the time. At the original time of the NWO, that is, but back to 2002. Vince McMahon says he's going to inject the WWF with a lethal dose of poison. And it turns out that lethal dose of poison was his version of the NWO. Which, us wrestling fans know, if you let Vince McMahon at the time recreate a stable, it's destined to flop, and this one did. I'm not going to get into the specifics of it because it's a whole long story. And 2003, Hogan starts a feud with Vince McMahon where he's playing Mr. America when everyone knows it's Hulk Hogan. This was hilarious. I love this. I watched it a few years later on the WWE Network when that became a thing. And Hogan would walk out of WWE after this, which means Mr. America, who was set for one of the SmackDown games, had to be removed because of his leaving. And usually nowadays, if somebody left and they made the game, they're not going to remove them. They'll take them out. They'll keep them in. Hogan was removed last second, literally. This was, I want to say, Here Comes the Pain was supposed to have SmackDown Here Comes the Pain and Shut Your Mouth. That was Mr. America. Both were removed. Funny that he wasn't removed from WWE Raw and PC, but then again, that game came out a year or so before, I think. No, it didn't. It came out in 2004-ish, and he wasn't removed, so whatever, I guess. It was too late in the development to even think about removing it, or he came back yet again. I can't remember which it was. But let's now fast forward to the very last time we ever saw him, and I hate talking about this. LA, you ought to be ashamed of yourselves. No, you don't have this man anymore. He's in the Intuit Dome, promoting his beer. And what does LA do? You assholes boo him out of the building instead of letting the guy talk. Granted, you guys in LA were still not over the talker stuff, which, by the way, that was 10 years ago when the company that Hogan sued is no longer in business. I'm not getting into that much. This is the wrestling side of Hogan I'm celebrating, not the out of ring end. And just a few days ago, a few months after his appearance on the first Netflix Raw, because I believe it was. Months after, we lose him at 11:34 in the morning at his home in Los Angeles. Police had been called, medics had been called, they took him to the hospital, and it turns out that he suffered a massive heart failure. No, I'm sorry, it was a massive cardiac arrest. Died as soon as he got to the hospital. I didn't get to see the TNA tribute until a bit later when a friend showed it to me. By the way, thank you, Joe, for showing me that. I saw parts of the SmackDown tribute, and I'm gonna go ahead and leave this so we can get to the fun part of this, saying, Hulk, your influence on wrestling will be missed and will be remembered forever. Because Hulkamania will live forever in the hearts of man, brother. Rest in peace, Hogan. Now let's get on with the show. That's right, we're playing WWF Royal Rumble, brothers. against sisters, of course. I didn't want to do that. Back the heck up. Royal Rumble it. I'm going to set it on 2, and we're going to be playing as... If my shirt didn't give it away in the opening, this will. Where is he, brother? Where's Hogan, brother? And there will be a generous spamming of the word brother. Brother. Let's get it on, brothers. There will be no choking of the Hulkster, brother. There we go. I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. Except the ones I'm in the ring with. Then I ain't jobbing to nobody, brother. I'm gonna attempt to win it for the Hulkster. And all his little Hulksters, dude. We'll be right back, dude. Alright, we're back. We're back, brothers. And the Hulkster dude is gonna win the Royal Rumble, dude. There's that choke I was looking for. How did I do that? Backbreaker, dude. Kind of weird that 3 of the guys in the ring right now are dead. But then again, that's what you get when you're playing an older wrestling game. Savage is gone, Hogan is gone, and Razor Ramon over there, the one that was dizzy a minute ago, is gone. Savage in pink, Hogan in yellow, and Razor Ramon in black for you, black and gold for you guys that aren't wrestling fans. No choking the Hulkster, brother. Brother, you will not choke the Hulkster, dude. Because the Hulkster, brother Jack, will choke back, dude. Another one gone, another one gone, another one bites the dust. I am a real American. Beat the crap out of Bret Hart, because he's not American. Da-da-dun-dun, da-da-dun-dun. I'm a real American. Throw IRS out, cause he's a tax beat. Dun 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 dun. Get down there, IRS, you tax cheat you. That was his carrot. His gimmick was that of a tax man, so that's why I keep calling him a tax cheat. That's what he called everybody. Oh, Crush with the cranial crush there. Somebody getting his cranium crushed by another dead man, dude. Because Crush is actually dead too, sadly. Like half the game's roster is dead now. Like the only ones in the ring that are still living are Undertaker, IRS, and Bret Hart. And there's another living one, that's Shawn Michaels. Shawn. Alright, so I've got him down. How do I do it? Not gonna worry about it. I'm not even gonna bother with HBK either, the white thread. Now, I usually don't tell people what order I'm going to throw my videos up in because this one is late. Not done on purpose. This one's going up first because it's a tribute. Otherwise, the other one would go up first. As you see Hacksaw Jim Duggan there in the blue. Trying to figure out how to throw these guys out. Hey, Taker, lay off. You're choking a legitimate... No, I'm not making that choke. It's too soon. I wish I could pin here, but you gotta throw him over. If I knew how to do it, I would. Okay, so it'll be grappled and hit X. Throw him over. Okay, I should just be using an Xbox controller instead of my 8-bit new, but this one works just fine. Just the buttons might be flawed, but that might be a retro orange thing. I'll try to figure that one out later for myself here. Let me just go over here. Okay, there's another one gone. And I'm not going to be the next one. Because Shawn Michael, dude, is it about to take the Hulkster out, dude? Down you go. Now, if I could only figure out how to grapple him, I can actually get him, tie him up. I could possibly throw him out of the ring now that I know how. No suplex for you. Shawn, can you get him out, please? I'm not going to make that reference. IRS throws out Shawn Michaels. I need to get IRS running. So I got him running, at least there's that. You got me running. No write-off for you, brother. Here it is, brothers. Okay, I thought I was going to get to do it. I can't remember how to do the darn leg drop, but still. Let me see if I can figure it out. Is it Y and X? No, it's X that's run. Y grapples. Nope. Nopey. Somebody's got the idea over there. We won it, brother. We won it, brothers. And you know what, brothers and sisters? That's gonna be the wind up. That's gonna be the way we end this video. So, for all of us wrestling fans out there, thank you, Hogan. Good night, everyone.